Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go over how to add captions to tables and figures. Okay, so here I have just a dummy document. I have two tables and I have one image and then I have some just sample writing. Okay, some sample text. So I want to add captions to these. So the really nice thing about Microsoft Word is they offer this feature where you can insert captions and then um, it will actually update the caption numbers as you add more numbers throughout the report, the writing of the report. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. Okay, so let's say here's an image. I want to add a caption to this. Okay, so instead of manually typing in figure one, et cetera, what I need to do is if I click the image and then up here on the tabs, you go to the References tab. This could be slightly different depending on the version of Word that you're using. So make sure this image is selected. I just hit the Insert Caption button. Now right now it says Table, Table 1. I want to make, this is not a table, this is a figure. So I can actually choose what label I use. And so I can just select Figure. And you notice this changes to Figure 1. And then I fill in, usually you put a period after it. And then in this case it's an air handling unit. And then you can fill in the caption there. There's some other things you can add here. You can change the numbering and so forth, but that's something that we're not going to worry about right now. So if you just click OK, you notice it puts what I indicated in this caption. And note that you can modify this later. So add to the caption, whatever, right? So you can actually update the captions later. You don't have to go back into the caption tool. Okay, so now I'm going to label this. All right, so again, I select it, hit Insert Caption. So this is not a figure, this is a table, so I go to the drop down for table. Notice you can actually select above or below. I just use whatever the default is. A lot of people like to put it below, so we can do that too. And then we'll just hit OK. So now this is table 1. I forgot to actually add to it, but just say annual energy savings. Okay, so again, you can edit it after the fact. Now, one of the really nice things about this tool is that as you add more figures and tables to the report or whatever you're writing, and let's say now I have to, let's say I added this table after I had already captioned this one. So right now this is table 1 because it was the first table that I labeled, but I actually need this to be table 1. So what I can do is select the table, hit Insert Caption. It's table 1, and let's say ECM summary. Okay, it's a table. That's good. It's below. Click OK. So now, let's see, it messed me up a little bit. This is it can be a little finicky. You can actually drag and drop if it messes things up. So now the really nice thing is this is table 1. Remember, this was table 1 before. This is now automatically, I didn't do anything, this automatically changed to table 2. So that's a really nice thing, is that as you add more figures and tables to your report, it will automatically update all of the numbers in your report, so you don't have to keep track of them. That's a really nice feature. I'm also just going to show you quickly if I want to insert a table of figures into the report. Usually you do this at the beginning after the table of contents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a page, and I don't know if you know the shortcut, but if you just go before this, if you want to add a page, you can hit Control and then Enter, and it just adds a full page. Okay, so now to insert a table of figures, it really couldn't be any easier. Again, in this Reference tab, you have an Insert Table of Figures button. You hit that. You can manipulate things here, but we're not going to really change anything. It is important that you show page numbers. Note that you can also make these hyperlinks, so I can quickly navigate to different tables in the text. Okay, so feel free to tool around with that. You just click OK. And as you can see, it inserted both tables that are in the document. And so again, as you updated the tables, you added more tables, you would just right click and you can hit update it, and then it'll update it to add any additional tables. Now we did enable the hyperlinks. So if you mouse over it, it actually says to click Control to navigate to that quickly. So if I hit Control and I click on the table name, it's going to take me right to the table. So if you have a multi-page report, this is really handy if you want to navigate quickly to a table. Okay, and so I also want to insert a table of figures. You notice that only my table are in here. So when I insert my table of figures, you notice here it says my caption label. So originally I had it set at table, so it inserted all the tables. I'm just going to change this to figures. Okay. Click OK, and now I have my table of figures as well. And so again, this has a hyperlink, so you can click it and go right to the figure. Okay. All right, so that's how to insert a table of tables and a table of figures, and also to add captions to tables and figures.